All right. Good evening, everyone. Yes, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. This is DTRS session, daily Takkar Rapid Series. So daily we are discussing 10 MCQs based on the current affairs of the day. And these MCQs are being very helpful for revision purpose. Also, we know the importance of current affairs in the prelims examination. There can be direct or indirect context-based questions from the current developments. Today's lead topic is blue line. So international border, which was in news. So we'll cover the first MCQ based on this topic and another 9 MCQs based on 9 different topics of the day. But before that, daily we are also discussing one quotation. These quotes are helping us to be motivated in our preparation journey. Along with that, the quote based questions are also asked in your ethics and essay paper. एक स्टूडेंट ने कल कमेंट किया हुआ था कि सर हिंदी में भी बात करिए, तो हिंदी में भी बात करेंगे हम, उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, ठीक है। तो जैसे कि हम क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस कर रहे हैं तो वो तो इंग्लिश में ही रहेंगे, तो बात तो मैं हिंदी में कर ही सकता हूँ, राइट। सो क्या है आज का कोट? इट इज बाय एरिस्टोटल, ग्रीक फिलोसोफर। एट हिज बेस्ट द मैन इज द नोबलेस्ट ऑफ ऑल एनिमल्स, सेपरेटेड फ्रॉम द लॉ एंड जस्टिस ही इज द वर्स्ट। We can expect such kind of, let's say, code based question in ethics paper, ठीक है। ethics paper में ऐसे questions आते हैं, 3 code based questions होते हैं, right? तो yes, at his best the man is the noblest. Why it is said like this? Because human is considered as ethical, moral, benign, social human being or animal. So Aristotle himself says that, let's say, human is social, political and benign, let's say, animal. So according to Aristotle, the human is, let's say, the noblest of all animals. Yes, because the human is having certain emotions, certain values, and accordingly the human acts, like for example empathy, compassion. Although other animals can also have these, but you can see that other animals, they are more, let's say, worried about their security. There we can say that, especially let's say the food aspect is there, shelter aspect is there, they are worried about that, and that they may get defensive whenever they are concerned about food and shelter and all these things. But human is, let's say, it goes beyond these, let's say, things, and human actions can show such kind of empathy, compassion. So that's why the noblest of animals. So human can think for other people, other animals, ठीक है। Now, separated from law and justice, he is the worst. Why it is said like this? Yes, because human nature is also, we can say that, selfish. The thing that makes human noblest can also make him selfish. So self-interest, human try to seek the self-interest, fulfill or satisfy self-interest, and when the human is given the powers, then he can, let's say, try to fulfill the self-interest, and that may result into some kind of violation of rights of other people. And that's why justice is also very important. When justice is not there in society, and when the injustice is happening, then it creates problem. The human can act worst. When the person knows that there is no justice system or legal system, law is not there, so the person cannot be held accountable, and the person can act in a very rude manner, or we can say that worst manner. जैसे कि सिंपल अगर हम एग्जाम्पल लिखते हैं तो मनी पावर, मसल पावर in our society, or even we can say that civil servants, bureaucrats, can see the corruption. Okay, you can, let's say, take the other example, bulldozer justice. So justice nahi hai na, that is not justice, bulldozer justice. So when it is removed, then human can act in a worst manner. Okay, so same is, we can talk from the international perspective, international law, or we can talk from the justice perspective. So you can say that when there is no international humanitarian law being followed, so human can act worst. So whatever the conflicts, wars that we are seeing, there is no control, there is no control. International law नहीं है enforce करने के लिए, है क्या कोई ऐसा एनफोर्स करने के लिए? नहीं है, यूएन एनफोर्स नहीं कर सकता है. And that's why you can see that these countries are, let's say, trying to dominate, they show their powers, and somehow it is escalating those conflicts instead of finding the peaceful solution there. So human can act worst manner. So at individual level you give examples, then at national and international level you can give certain examples. And that's why there is need of law. You can give the example of a reference to Thomas Hobbes, how he talks about the need of absolute state, law, rule of law in the society, need of rule of law, need of justice. इस साल जैसे मेंस में GS4 में जस्टिस से रिलेटेड काफी क्वेश्चंस आए हुए हैं आपको एथिक्स पेपर में, एंड वी कैन एक्सपेक्ट सच काइंड ऑफ कोड बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस आल्सो. Yes, today itself, MIGP program has started, Mains Intensive Guidance Program. So every day I have been telling you, and so many students have joined, response is very good. And yes, you can also complete your GS mains preparation along with your essay preparation by the end of December in a very intensive manner with answer writing practice and short notes in your hand before your prelims itself. So you can avail the benefits, concessions also, 50% prelims admit card, 70% mains admit card. All right. So let's talk about today's 10 topics. These are the 10 topics. Let's solve them one by one. बताइए क्या आंसर होना चाहिए इसका? The blue line, ये न्यूज में था. Why it was in news? Yes. So it was in news because yes, the conflict that is happening between Israel and Lebanon. So Israeli tanks recently entered into UN, we can say that infrastructure. जो UN का area है वहाँ पर basically there is peacekeeping mission, UN peacekeeping mission along this blue line, and there are concerns related to violence in this region. So Israel-Lebanon conflict is going on. So blue line, although it is not internationally agreed line जिसको बोलता है, ठीक है, so it is not legally demarcated or internationally agreed line, but उसको बोला जाता है blue line. Remember this. Okay. Now look at this. This is the blue line. Southern side it is Israel, northern side it is Lebanon, and this is Golan Heights. UPSC has asked question PYQ आप देखिए Golan Heights. So this is the Golan Heights, you can see. Now, yes, Jay Prakash Narayan. So personality based question, history, modern India. As General Secretary of Congress Socialist Party in December 1939, he called upon the people to take advantage of World War II to overthrow the British government. This is correct. During the Quit India movement, he was arrested for organizing Azad Dasta, a freedom brigade in Nepal under the Defense of India rules. Now you should know that it is factually incorrect. Rather, he was arrested in India itself briefly, but he escaped. He escaped to Nepal, and there he started Azad Dasta and continued his activities. ठीक है, तो क्विट इंडिया मूवमेंट में बहुत सारे लीडर्स को अरेस्ट कर दिया था, बट ही कंटिन्यूड द मूवमेंट along with Sucheta Kriplani and let's say other prominent young leaders, and thereafter he was briefly arrested, but he escaped and then went to Nepal and started this Azad Dasta. So this is incorrect. He founded Swatantra Party after independence with the idea of one country, one culture. No, Swatantra Party was founded in 1959 by C. Rajagopalachari. C. Rajagopalachari. It was basically against the socialist leaning of Congress party, especially under Nehru's, let's say, leadership. And Swatantra Party was more secular liberalist. ठीक है, तो ये आपको पता होना चाहिए. सी राजगोपालाचारी. दिस इज इनकरेक्ट. दिस इज इनकरेक्ट. फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट इज करेक्ट. क्या होना चाहिए आंसर? वन ओनली. गुड. सो ए इज द करेक्ट आंसर. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट third question. Water soluble fertilizers. What are the water soluble fertilizers? Their characteristics. So in past UPSC has asked questions on, let's say, chemical fertilizers. You can see the question. So we can expect questions like this. And water soluble fertilizers are very beneficial. They will reduce the amount of fertilizer that is required. आपको पता है एक्सेस फर्टिलाइजर यूज करने की वजह से कितना एनवायरमेंट को प्रॉब्लम होता है. ठीक है, द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ यूट्रॉफिकेशन ऑफ बॉडी, सॉइल पोल्यूशन एंड ऑल दिस थिंग्स. So you can let's say consider this statement. These fertilizers are 100% water soluble and have high salt index. Now this is incorrect. Low salt index. So partially incorrect है तो पूरा incorrect होगा statement. These are available in two forms, crystalline or liquid, and can be sprayed on leaves or mixed. Yes, the way of application, this is correct. Now examples, calcium nitrate and potassium magnesium sulfate are among the water soluble fertilizers that have been included by Government of India in Fertilizer Control Order 1985. ये भी सही है स्टेटमेंट, ठीक है. तो सेकंड एंड थर्ड, तो क्या आंसर होना चाहिए? सी इज द करेक्ट आंसर. ऑल राइट, अगला क्वेश्चन. यस, हॉर्स शू क्रैब्स, स्पीसीज बेस्ड क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, तो दे आर वन ऑफ द ओल्डेस्ट लिविंग क्रिएचर्स विच हैव सर्वाइव्ड मिलियंस ऑफ ईयर्स विदाउट अंडरगोइंग एनी मॉर्फोलॉजिकल चेंज. दिस इज द यूनिकनेस ऑफ हॉर्स शू क्रैब्स. दिस इज करेक्ट. India has only two species of horseshoe crab and both are found along the Odisha coast. Actually जो न्यूज में था वो ओडिशा कोस्ट में ही जो horseshoe crabs मिले हैं उसी की वजह से न्यूज में था. So this is correct, we can say. Their color of blood is bright pink. This is incorrect. The color is blue. ठीक है, the color is blue and contains immune cells that are sensitive to toxic bacteria. This part is correct, but the color is incorrect. ये incorrect है और पहला और दूसरा सही है, तो 1 and 2 ओनली इज द करेक्ट आंसर. ए इज द करेक्ट आंसर. ठीक है, तो आप देखिए न्यूज में, ब्लू ब्लडेड सी क्रिएचर्स ऑन द ओडिशा कोस्ट लाइन, horseshoe crab. Okay, now National Investigation Agency, although from Bain's perspective it is very important, GS3 internal security part, प्रीलिम्स में भी आपको स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडीज पे क्वेश्चन आता है हर साल. ठीक है, इट इज द स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडी सेटअप अंडर NIA एक्ट 2008. So this act was enacted and this body was created after 26/11 Mumbai attacks. 26/11 Mumbai attacks 2008. It has power to investigate terror related crimes across India without permission from the respective state. This is correct. We can say it is the central anti-terrorism body. It is headed by Director General appointed by President. जनरली स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडीज के हेड्स जो होता है वो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया जो है अपॉइंट करता है. ठीक है, रिमेंबर दिस. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पोजीशंस का अपॉइंटमेंट जनरली जो है प्रेसिडेंट करता है. जनरली आई एम सेइंग, सो यू कैन यूज दैट लॉजिक. दिस इज इनकरेक्ट. फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड स्टेटमेंट इज करेक्ट हियर. ओनली टू स्टेटमेंट्स आर करेक्ट अबाउट NIA हेडक्वार्टर न्यू दिल्ली. ओके, नाउ sixth question, middle income trap. There was very good article talking about whether India can move away from the middle income trap. So we can expect such questions, analytical questions in GS3 paper economy mains examination also. Yes, what is middle income trap? It refers to economic stagnation that countries often face when they reach certain level of per capita income, struggling to transition to high income status. This is correct. Many countries, especially Asian countries, are struggling like this. And the phenomenon is not mainly caused. It can be, but not mainly caused. Rather, there can be other factors, especially economic factors. Economic factors like low productivity of workforce, or we can say that low technological development, or we can say that weak mobilization, inefficient mobilization, we can say inefficient mobilization of resources. So such kind of factors, the structural factors, we can say that inadequate infrastructure, all these things. So this is incorrect. South Korea is an example of country that successfully avoided middle income trap. South Korea, Singapore are such kind of examples. This is correct. First one is correct. So 1 and 3 only is the correct answer, right? So B is the correct answer. Very good. So moving on, seventh question. Yes, Sahara Desert. Recently, after 50 years, Sahara Desert experienced floods. You can see the impact of climate change. How, let's say, the desert is receiving the let's say excess water, and the tropical regions there should be more, let's say, rainfall. वहाँ पर बारिश नहीं हो रहा है. So it is the largest hot desert in the world. We know Sahara Desert. Yes, that is correct. We can say along the Tropic of Cancer in northern part of Africa. Lake Iriki is situated in the Sahara Desert. This is correct. Where it is located, but spread across 4 countries. This is incorrect. It is located in Morocco. ठीक है, इट इज लोकेटेड इन सदर्न पार्ट ऑफ मोरक्को, नॉट अक्रॉस दीज कंट्रीज, ठीक है। तो फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड 1 and 2 only, that is D is the correct answer. And this lake actually was recently flooded after so many years, so that's why it was in news. ठीक है. Now, yes, again a statutory body is asked here. It was in news. National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. This was constituted in 2007 under the provisions of this act. ठीक है, Commissions for Protection of Child Rights Act 2005. At state level also, State Commission for Protection of Child Rights are created under this act. What is the mandate? To ensure that all laws, policies, administrative mechanisms are in consonance with child rights perspective as enshrined in the Constitution and UN Convention on Rights of the Child. This is correct. It has power to intervene in the legal proceedings involving child rights violations. This is also correct. So, can we say all statements are correct here? Yes, D is the correct answer. ठीक है, तीनों स्टेटमेंट सही है यहाँ पर. Okay, now moving on. Okay, just kind of revision, although we have solved MCQs on microRNA and let's say artificial neural networks and how machine learning works, but brief revision kind of thing. So the fields in which, let's say, Nobel Prize this year, ठीक है, 2024 winners and research area. So medicine, we know discovery of microRNA, Victor Ambros. Now this can be tricky. Why? You can see UPSC is coming up with the new technique. ये क्या करता है यूपीएससी, आपको पता है ना कि एक साल में वो 3-4 क्वेश्चन ऐसे टाइप के इंट्रोड्यूस करता है, अगले साल वो 15-20 होते हैं, फिर आप ऐसे बोलते हो कि हमें पता ही नहीं है, नया कुछ तो है. ठीक है, तो ये इस साल इंट्रोड्यूस किया है ना, तो अगले साल शायद ऐसे ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस हो. बी रेडी विद दैट. So it requires specific information why these names are difficult to remember. एक नाम समझ में आता है कि याद रखने के लिए. Literature for poetic prose. This is correct, we can say. All statements, all pairs are correct actually here. David Baker, chemistry, protein structure and prediction, use of AI, physics, yes, artificial neural networks and machine learning. So all 4 are correct here. A kind of revision, you can remember this and you can yourself also do the revision. It is also important from mains GS3 science and technology. Okay, then Humsafar policy was recently unveiled. What is that? Humsafar, जो सफर में साथ में होता है उसको हमसफर बोलते हैं. ठीक है, so yes, it is related to Ministry of Transport and Highways, nodal ministry. This policy, this is correct. It aims to enhance the convenience of traveling on national highways and accelerate the development of wayside amenities. ठीक है, तो क्या होता है कि बहुत ज़्यादा लंबे स्टेज तक नेशनल हाईवेज में जो है ईटरीज या पेट्रोल पंप्स ये नहीं होता है, तो वो डेवलप करने की ज़रूरत है and it will enhance the convenience of traveling. ठीक है, so for that purpose Humsafar policy is there. Both statements are correct here. C is the correct answer. All right, so these are the 10 MCQs of the day. इसमें कोई आपको डाउट है?